Hello and welcome to Yoga with Rosie. So today's class is a 25-minute chair, desk, office yoga session. Perfect for anybody who works from home, who works in the office, anybody who is seated a lot of the time on the laptops working very, very hard, I'm sure. We're going to get you up and moving, doing some gentle movements, nothing crazy. It should be a really, really good one for anybody who, like I said, sits a lot and works a lot. So I really hope you enjoy this practice. Enjoy. So we're going to start sitting on our chair with your feet firmly on the ground, with your ankles below your knees, and maybe have your hands either facing down on your legs, or you can turn the palms facing upwards, whichever way feels most comfortable for you. If you would like to, maybe close your eyes. Otherwise, just have a soft gaze in front of you. I'm going to start with some square breathing. So we're going to inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and then hold for 4. We're going to do that 3 times. So when you feel ready, inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1. Last time, inhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 3, 2, 1, hold, 3, 2, 1. And just sit still for a moment and notice how you feel, if you feel any calmer. Maybe start to slowly open your eyes, and we're going to start with some gentle movements. So maybe start to look to your right hand side, back to center, and look over to your left hand side. Back to center, look over to your right hand side, back to center, and to your left hand side. Back to center, one more time, to the right, and to the left, and back to center. We're now going to bring our gaze up, any amount, and just feel a stretch here down the front of your body. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, start to bring your gaze down, and look down towards the floor, between your feet maybe, and feel the stretch down the back of your neck. Look up again, any amount, and look back down to the floor. We're going to say this one more time, so look up, and look down to the floor, and back to center. Take a nice deep breath, relax your shoulders down. And we're going to bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Just gently, you don't have to force anything. And you might feel a nice stretch down the left side of your neck. If you would like to, you can even bring your left hand down and push your fingers away. Push your fingers to the floor. Remember not to bring your body, don't move your body stays straight, it's just your head that's moving and your left arm is reaching out. Back to center, and again with the other side, so bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Again, if you would like to stretch your right arm out and press through your fingertips, you can do that. Remember to breathe. and back to center. So I'd now like you to draw a circle with your nose. This could be a small circle, or it could be a large circle, almost like you're drawing a clock face. And then we're going to switch directions, so go in the opposite direction. And feel a nice stretching in your neck. So, take a nice deep breath. I'm going to start to do some shoulder movements. So bring your shoulders up to your ears and then roll them back and to the front. So up to your ears, round them through the back and down, opening up your chest, rounding them up and back. One more time. Forwards, up and back. And then we're going to go forwards, so roll your shoulders back, up, forwards and down. Back, up, forwards and down. 2 more times. Okay. So now we're going to move on to your wrists and hands, because if you're sitting working at the computer at the desk, you need to start to, move your fingers and your wrists a little bit more. So we're going to start off by stretching your fingers out as wide as possible and then squeeze them in tight. Just press them out as much as possible and squeeze them in nice and tightly. And stretch out and then squeeze them in nice and tightly. We're going to just start to rotate our wrists. So you can rotate your wrists outwards. And then also inwards. So I'd like you to take your right hand in front of you as if you're saying stop to somebody. Stop! And with your other hand, start to pull those fingers back ever so slightly. You don't want to hurt yourself here. It's just a nice stretch of your wrist and your hand and your arm. Hold that for a couple more moments. And then we're going to counter that. So place your hand in the opposite direction with your fingers pointing down and the palm of your hand pointing towards you. And then start to pull your fingers in towards you. Pull your hand in towards you and stretch the other way. Same with the other hand. So raise your left hand out in front of you. Stop! Start to pull those fingers back. And you'll find what feels best for you. So any amount is perfect. And then to counter that, your fingers face the ground, your palm faces you, and you can start to pull your hand towards you. Again, not a lot of pressure here. We're not forcing anything. So we're going to keep your feet where they are. Sorry, I moved them. Give them a jiggle if you want to, why not? We've been sitting still for a little while. So place your left hand by your side, maybe holding onto the chair, or you can even place your hand behind your back, or even just keep your hand on your lap, wherever feels best. But for me, I'm going to hold onto the chair. If you have a chair next to you, you can also place your hand onto there. And we're going to do some side stretches. So hold on to whatever you're holding onto. Inhale, rise your right arm over your head and start to lean to the left-hand side. Now you want to be careful here not to topple over, so don't lean too far. Make sure you feel balanced. Maybe hold on to a table or a wall. And start to feel a nice side stretch there. I like to find some movement here. I kind of bob up and down. So find what feels good for you. And then back to center. And again on the opposite side. So this time I'm going to put my right hand behind my back and try it that way. Maybe you want to try something new as well. Raise your left arm over your head And start to stretch to the right hand side. And you'll feel a nice stretch down your body. Again, I'm finding some movement here. This is just what feels good for me. Maybe you want to stay still. Maybe you want to move forwards and backwards. Find what feels good. Remember to breathe. And back to center. We're going to move into some cat-cow. So I'm going to shuffle forwards on my chair a tiny bit. My feet are still underneath my knees. My ankles are underneath my knees. I'm going to start moving through some cat-cows. So if you place your hands on the back of your chair, take a big inhale, raise your chest and lift your gaze upwards and round your spine. And then on the exhale, curve the spine, bring your tummy into your spine, to the back, and round forwards. Inhale, press your chest forwards, look up. And exhale, round your spine. And move your head towards your knees. Inhale, raise up. And exhale, round your spine. And back to a neutral position. We're going to move through some gentle twists, nothing crazy. So you have two options here. You can either do cactus arms and start to move your body, twist your body to the right hand side and back and then to the left. So that's option one. Or you can hold onto your chair. So you can either turn a little bit and hold onto the back of your chair and just gently twist your body. Again, nothing crazy. We're not forcing too much, it's just to get some gentle spinal twists. And then this side. So do what feels best for you here. We'll do one more twist, so do what feels good, either with the cactus arms or by turning on your chair. Or maybe just place your left hand on your right knee and start to twist that way. So there's actually 3 variations here, so do what feels good for you. Twist the other way. And back to center. So now we're going to start to wake up our legs a little bit. So maybe just come to the front of your chair. And then point your right foot out in front of you, pointing the toes, flexing your foot, lifting your toes up to the ceiling. Point your toes down, lift your toes up to the ceiling, point your toes down, and lift your toes up to the ceiling. Maybe do some circles with your ankle as well. Find some movement here. And in the opposite direction. And then place your right foot back on the floor and extend your left foot out in front of you, pointing the toes and flexing the foot, pointing the toes up to the ceiling, pointing your toes down, lifting the toes up to the ceiling, pointing your toes down. Last time, lifting up to the ceiling. And then again, do some rotations of your ankle in one direction. And then in the opposite direction. And back to neutral. So slowly bring your right knee in towards you. Now either you hold underneath your thigh or around your knee, or you can do it without holding on, and just lift your knee and see how that feels. Maybe start to find some hip rotations in one way, and then in the other way. If you're sitting at your office all day at the desk, this should feel good. Moving on to the other leg, so lift the knee up to your chest and start to rotate that hip. And then in the other direction. Okay, back to centre. So we're going to work through a couple of different variations of figure 4 pose. So choose whichever one feels best for you. I'm going to give you different options. So the first one is your left leg is stretched out in front of you, and your right ankle meets your left ankle, and you'll feel some sort of hip opening here. So this is the first variation, or you can bring your foot a little bit higher, or if you want to, you could even bring your right ankle onto your left knee, onto your left thigh. Just get yourself comfortable there. And we can either stay here, or you can maybe start to lean forwards. Again, very gently, nothing crazy, nothing too extreme. Just start to lean forwards. You can stay here, or you can find some movement by doing some circles in both directions. Just do what feels good and feel your right hip opening. Again, I'm bobbing up and down. Apparently that's my thing. Remember to breathe and place your right foot back on the floor. And we're going to do the same with the left foot. So again, you can straighten your right foot out in front of you and either place your left ankle on your right ankle or shin, or again, the left foot can come onto your right thigh. Maybe start to lean forwards. Maybe find some rotations. Again, I'm bobbing. Feels good. It's what I'm doing. We're going to stay here for a couple more moments. Just notice how your hip feels in this moment. And back to neutral. So we're now going to do a different spinal twist. You have 3 different options here to work with, so do what feels best. So option 1 is to keep your left hand on your left knee and just slowly open up your chest, raising your right arm above you, opening up your chest and your side body there. Option 2 is maybe your left hand comes outside your right leg and you can push there with you can press your arm against your leg and your leg against your arm and start to open up that way. The other option is to have prayer hands in front of you and hook your left elbow around your right knee and start to press open that way. So all I want to do is have a spinal twist and open up the side body, however feels best for you. Take a breath and back to neutral. We're going to do the same on the other side. So place your right hand on your right leg and open up. The other option is to place your right arm down the outside of your left leg and push these into each other so that you can open up your side body. And the third option was to have prayer hands in front of you, hook the right elbow over the left knee and start to use that to open up the chest and have a gentle spinal twist. Wherever you are, stay there for one more breath. And back to neutral. So we're now going to move to standing position. So when you do stand, we're going to work with the back of the chair. So make sure that your chair is either on a yoga mat so it won't slide, or it's against a desk, so again it won't slide, or the front 2 feet of the chair are against a wall, again so it won't slide. We don't want people sliding forwards. So what we're going to do here, again, just ground yourself. So have your feet hips distance apart. Nice long spine. Your chest is open. And just hold on to the chair in front of you for support. Start to move your weight to your left foot. And notice your right foot can start to lift. Now we're going to move into tree pose. So you can either place your right foot against your left ankle. Your right foot can come up to your shin, or your right foot can come up to your inner thigh. Again, we've got the chair here for support, so make sure you hold on to that. Now, wherever you are, you can maybe hold on to the chair with your left hand and maybe start to peel your right hip open and notice how that feels. Again, your chest is lifted. You've got stability with the chair in front of you. If you need to stop for a moment, feel free to stop and then make your way back when you're ready. So we're going to stay here for one more breath and release that foot back down. Carrying on with your right foot, if you lift your foot behind you and try and hold on to your right foot, your right toes, and start to stretch your hamstrings. This is a great one for when you've been sitting at the office all day, working hard. It's nice to stretch your leg muscles. And then when we release this foot down, we're going to step back with your foot at a 45-degree angle. Bend your left leg slightly and move into a warrior one position. Again, you can either have your hands on the chair in front of you. You can maybe bring your hands to your hips if that's an option. Or you can raise your arms over your head, lifting your gaze slightly. Any of these variations are absolutely perfect. So do what feels best for you. And we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. When you feel ready, step back to the front. Maybe shake out your legs. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So start to shift your weight to your right foot. And your left foot can either come to your ankle, to your shin, or to your inner thigh. Again, you've got the chair here for stability. So you can hold on with your right hand, and maybe your left hand can start to peel your hip open. Notice how you feel. Keep your chest lifted. And release that foot back down. So bend your left knee and hold onto your foot behind you and stretch your hamstrings. Again, this is great if you're sitting all day. It might feel a little bit tight. This is a great thing to stretch. It should feel really good. Again, remembering to breathe. And when we release that foot back down, we're going to do so at a 45-degree angle. Adjust your stance maybe. Bend your right knee. Your hips are facing forwards and you can hold onto the chair. Or you can place your hands on your hips. Or again, your hands can come over your head and your gaze can come slightly upwards. Wherever you are today is absolutely perfect. Staying here for a couple of breaths. And back to the chair and shake your legs out. So we're going to sit back down again for the closing sequence. So find a comfortable seated position again with your ankles below your knees. Maybe close your eyes if you would like to. Otherwise, soften your gaze. And on the next inhale, raise your arms over your head. Stretch, stretch, stretch up. Maybe wiggle your fingers. Stretch all the way up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then exhale, fold forwards. Your hands can either come to the floor, or maybe they come to your shins or your knees. Wherever you are, just feel a nice stretch down your back. Relax your head. Maybe shake yes. Maybe shake your head no. And just stay here for one more breath. Place your hands on your knees. Press yourself back up to a nice seated position. And now we're going to start to shake our feet, tap our feet on the floor. This can be quick or slow. Do what feels good for you. Bring some energy back into your body. Maybe shake your arms. It might feel silly. Everyone's working from home these days, so hopefully no one's watching you. Shake out your body a little bit. Woo! Have a bit of a dance. And now we're going to ground ourselves again before finishing the practice. So again, place your hands either facing down on your thighs or your palms facing upwards, whatever feels best. Maybe close your eyes or have a soft gaze in front of you and start to focus on your breathing again. Notice how your body feels in this moment. How does it feel to have taken this time for yourself, this time out of your busy day to move your body and to reconnect with yourself? Just take a moment here. Give yourself some gratitude. Maybe give yourselves a big hug. Oh, why not? So thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever you get up to. Make sure you subscribe for more YouTube videos. I will be doing yoga videos every single Monday. I'm going to be doing lots of different variations from lots of different places around the world, so make sure you subscribe. Maybe give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and comment down below anything that you would like to see from me during my yoga classes teachings. What would you like me to do next? And thank you. Namaste.